Hi everyone and welcome to Hooray, it's Thursday. I'm Courtney and I'm bringing you another Christmas card thanks to the Ornamental Christmas Bundle. Now I'm using this bundle at retreat on the weekend, so I'm super excited about it and I've had lots and lots of fun playing with it. So I thought I'd share a few more things with you guys as well. Now Ornamental Christmas Bundle is part of the Modern Christmas Suite. So there's design series paper, there's really nice gold rings, there's cool twine. But I needed to do, I've got a couple of people that really love a couple of different colours and they're non-traditional colours, so I thought that I would make their Christmas cards and hopefully they're not watching. So let's see how we go. Now I am also playing with Restream to see if I can do a few little changes because my G-Hub's, I don't know, it's done something weird and man, you get to see my whole messy craft room. But yeah, actually looking at the background's a bit of a worry. Let's see what happens when I do this. Okay, so everything is nice and close, but we don't need it that close. So we're just going to zoom out a little bit. Oh, not that much. And we'll just pull things up. Oh, and around. Oh, you sick yet? How's that on for size? Okay, so we're playing with the Modern Christmas Bundle. I pulled out the few dies. I've got Petunia Pop with me. Now, Petunia Pop normally be a Christmas colour, but that's all right. So I've also got some black cardstock, some white cardstock, some Petunia Pop cardstock, and I'm standing out and I'm looking for a bone folder because, of course, I didn't bring one over with me. Did I even bring my glue over? Oh, my gosh, it's a worry. Lucky there's one nice and close by. Okay, so I've got some of the designer series paper from the Modern Christmas Suite, and I really love this piece particularly. Now, I know we played with it last week and the computer does not like the gold, but it's just going to have to get over it. Okay, so I've got an extra piece of Petunia Pop, but to start this off today, we're going to have a black card base. And it's just one of those things, it just adds a little bit of style. Now I'm having a bit of trouble here. Oh, come on, fold nicely. Why doesn't this piece want to fold nicely? Normally it's usually pretty good when I just use my fingernails there like that. But that's okay. All right, we'll just give that a nice score. So the basics of my card are going to be a Petunia Pop base, a piece of designer series paper in this particular colour, and I've got a brand new Wink of Stella because I've made it the other one very, very green and I just cannot rescue. I've got a piece of my inside piece. Yes, you are my inside piece, and I've got my envelope. I've also got a piece of basic white and a piece of Petunia Pop. Now, the reason why I've got those, and I've got a strip of black. Yeah. So we're going to do embossing today. So I'm actually going to do some embossing in white. So I do have my Versamark, or both of my Versamarks are here. That's okay. And we're going to do some embossing, and then we're going to cut out a couple of trees. Have you guys all made your Christmas cards yet? I know that I'm not finished, and I know that I've got a long way to go with them. All right, so we'll just do this one first. Bring in my white embossing powder. Okay. And it's lucky that we're cutting this out because I've got a little bit. But you know what? It's not going to matter because we are going to this out. Okay. And I've got my heat tool sitting here right beside me. How handy is that? And if you watch this, you're going to get some really pretty. Let me see. I can zoom in here and look, this would be really cool. Ready? No, that's out. We'll go in a bit and see if it will let you see it. Okay. So I'm not sure how well you can hear me when this happens, but that's okay. You'll see it start to change, I hope. So as the plastic melts, it starts to change colour and it goes, instead of a dull colour, it's a really shiny colour. And that's it there. So I'll be cutting that out. All right, and on this one here, I'm also going to do some Versamark it with some white, and I'll leave it nice and close at the moment. I'll zoom out in a little bit. I'll just put some ink on there for you. And you all know how I love to do it on the different angle. I just find it so much easier. Okay, and again, a little bit more white. Oops. And I haven't used my embossing buddy again. That's right. Okay, I'll just pop that over there. Let's see if it's going to let me. I'll show you a bit closer. Not the greatest when it comes to showing you, is it? But you'll see now it's all shiny. Now, the reason why I've done that is I've also brought over my Petunia Pop blending pens. So which means that you can go over these. It doesn't work with the watermarkers. It only works with the alcohol blends. And I'm not sure how much easier that is to see, but now we have some pink writing rather than white. Okay, just so that you've got, so you can just change it up a little bit. I'm going to cut this guy out, and what I'm going to do is I'm thinking with this one here, I might actually do a couple of Petunia Pop trees. All right, because then we're going to cut these out with the cut and emboss machine. Oh, look at how beautiful and pink that is. Now we need to do our envelope and we need to do our card inside. So this is my envelope. Oh, I want to put a star on it. So what I found when I was doing a star, oh, I need to zoom out a little bit because I'm a bit close in, aren't I? Let me just bring you down so that you can see the whole of my desk. That's better, because otherwise I get a bit carried away and I don't see. So I'm just going to stamp the star on here. Make sure I don't press and make sure I don't rock. Yes, it's in Petunia Pop. Everything's going to be Petunia Pop because I have quite a few people that absolutely love pink. And there's a Petunia Pop tree. Now, I did just wipe it off, but that's okay. All right, I'm just going to stamp off over here. All right, and I'll just wipe that one there up. I could have put it in the inside. I didn't think of that at the time, but that's just my envelope. Okay, let me stamp one of these on my inside. And the reason why I stamped the star first before was because it made it a little bit easier when it came to, I just want to turn this over because I want another couple of big trees. When it comes to stamping it on there, I found from other cards that I've done that it was so much easier to stamp that star and then line up my tree from under there, whereas it was heaps harder to line up the star on the tree. So this has got to be cut out and these guys have got to be cut out. So I'll just put all of this to the side while I bring this cut and emboss machine in. Right. So I'm nowhere near completing my my Christmas card list. I have got so many that I still need to do. Oh, I'm missing a piece. Oh my gosh. Let me just grab it. It's because it's still looking so beautiful. It's on the other side of the room. But that's right. So, oh, don't put that one on there. I'll put this one. As you can tell, I've been doing heaps of stuff with this one, this stamps. I'm just actually really enjoying this stamp set. There's two different shaped trees in it. Say that real fast. There's two different shaped trees in this set, and they both make really pretty cards. So I'll just cut this guy out. Okay. And then I'm going to cut out these two. All right, so it's going to have to go through twice again. Now, I've actually already cut out the star, and I've cut the star out in gold, although I'm just looking at this thinking that silver probably would have been a really good option. Oh my gosh, this one doesn't want to play nice. Because the Petunia Pop's quite pretty, but I think a silver would have actually worked quite beautifully with it. But there's so much gold in that paper at the back that I like, which is why I stuck with the gold. The paper's just so pretty. And it lends itself to doing it any colour, like adding any colour that you want to the card. So, which is what makes it really versatile. Yes, most of my Christmas cards are your traditional reds and greens, and I really like doing traditional coloured Christmas cards. However, I do have some friends and some family that actually really like other colours. So I'm presuming that Cheryl's going to be watching. She hasn't said hi yet, but I presume Cheryl's going to be watching, and her favourite colour is purple. So I try and make an effort and make some sort of purple card each year to send to her. Okay. Oh, I ended up with 2 envelopes. That was pretty clever of me. Okay, so we've got our inside and we've got our top. And just making a cute little card. Now, if you've got the baker's twine that goes with this set, you can also colour the white one with your Stampin' Blends. The other thing that you can do, which this is a brand new Wink of Stella, so you know you've got to take out the black ring. So when you get a new one, because my other one, like I said, is still colouring everything green. Whoa, look at all that. Whoopsie. Just be careful with it because you'll end up with Wink of Stella everywhere. I'm just going to colour in my trees in here, in this particular tree. Oh, it's all running down my arm. It's going everywhere. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella in here just to give that tree a little bit of extra pretty, okay? Okay. Now, you'll notice it'll look quite, whoopsie, oh, look at that. There's a big spot. Don't squeeze it too hard because initially when you squeeze it too hard, you end up with lots and lots of Wink of Stella, which is not really what I wanted. But anyway, oh boy, got it everywhere. Okay, this tree is like really, really glittery. Now, it looks wet and it looks really dark, but you know what? The majority of that will dry. Let's wipe that on my pants. If you wanted to, you could very carefully colour over these guys, but be aware that it will smudge the ink. Is a water-based ink. Okay, so if you're doing it over these trees, just do it really, really lightly, really, really fast with your Wink of Stella, because essentially you only want to add a little bit of colour anyway. Okay, now the other thing that you can do is you can add some colour to these guys in here just to make them that little bit prettier. Now, if you've got, where's that one? because I haven't cleaned this stamp off, there's a little bit of pink or Petunia Pop on here, so I can come in and I can do, I'm just going to snabble up a little bit of that colour just to bring that colour that's going to now be on the front of my card and actually as part of my frame from the back to the front. Okay. All right. And just go pulling a little bit of ink off that before I give it a clean. I don't want a lot because I don't want to turn this particular Wink of Stella pen into a pink one because it's brand new. I'm not squeezing it in any way, shape or form because I really don't want lots more colour coming out. Okay. And my cloth will end up coloured in with Petunia Pop all over it, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm just adding a little bit of colour here and there. So it's very subtle. See what I mean? But look how sparkly it is. Okay, so I'll just pop that to the side. Wow, that tree has got some serious sparkle to it. All right. That's what happens when you squeeze it too much. Okay, so I'm going to adhere that to there. Hopefully this glue that I've got sitting here is has got some oomph in it because it's not one that I've been currently using. I'll just take it off that black background because it makes it hard to line up. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could actually add Wink of Stella around the edge of your Petunia Pop as well. All right. So, and that, the gold thread would be nice actually. Let's add a sentiment in here. Okay, do I have a Versamark? I've got a Versamark on the table, but I don't have, so it looks like everything is going to be, oh no, I actually want black. But you know what? It's on the other side of the room. So we'll just quickly duck over here. And grab my memento. And while I'm here, I was going to grab something else, but you know what? Can't find it. Well, I brought it over anyway. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's pop on the inside. 'Tis the season. So I'll just move that out of the way. Making sure it's nice and straight. 'Tis the season. Okay. I should just keep a Versamark over here. I always keep not a Versamark, a memento. I've got so many of them. I could just keep Versamark and memento on the bench in front of me so that whenever I wanted to make a card with you, I could just sit down and I could go, okay, well, let's do one. Well, the only ink I've got is this, but that's okay. Well, let's go. Because you can actually get away quite nicely with one or two colours, as you can see by this. Okay, so now we've got to decide what we're going to do with our ribbon because our trees are going to be a cluster. We've got a couple of trees here and we're going to have this one here. Okay. All righty. So with those trees, we're going to have this wishing you a peace and joy is going to go across the front here. And you know what? I'm going to grab this and this and this. Yes, there's a circle in the dies, but oh, I think this was for something else, but that's okay. This here is the 2 3/8 inch, 2 3/8 of an inch in a circle, And it just gives a little bit of extra something at the back, all right, just so that you can sort of have something to sit it on. Okay. It just provides like a little bit of something extra. Okay. All right. And it's just a matter of working out where you want to put it. Okay, I'm going to have to glue it down. It's wobbling too much for my liking. All right. So we'll just do that. Okay. All right. I've got my circle. And I've got my trees. And I'll just work out where I want to put it. I'm actually not liking that. Let's ditch the circle. What do you reckon? Ditch the circle and just go with the cluster of trees. So I'm thinking, you know what would look really nice is a band across it. Okay, so I'm actually thinking that it would look better with, if I do this here. Sometimes it's all about just playing with them a little bit, isn't it? But I'm on a limited time frame this time, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to cluster them all up. Actually, you know what? Let's cluster them up over these guys. Let's see what happens if we do that. All right, we're going to stick these two down. We're going to be brave, okay? And we're just going to stick them down and go for it. Oops, went over the edge. And yes, I'm going to stick it down over that really pretty one that I just did. And then I'm going to add some ribbon. This ribbon is just so divine. Okay. All right. This guy is going to sit over that with some dimensionals. Okay, make sure when you put your dimensionals on, it's going to straddle your ribbon. I ended up with too many dimensionals, but that's all right. Take your quick tools on the other table as per usual. Need to get a second one of those, I think, just so that I can have two sitting on my tables. Okay, so this one's going to straddle that ribbon a bit. Make sure they're nice and straight. And now I'll trim my ribbon. Okay, and I'm going to trim my pieces of paper, my piece of paper to match. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that on an angle. I'm going to bring this one in over here, right? Because I want it to do the same thing at the other end. I've just lined it up there. I'm going to line my scissors up here against it, and off I go. All right, so that's going to work like so. And this little baby, I just love it, is going to have two dimensionals down this side, on that side, one up here and one here. Because of where it's going to sit, it's going to actually need two. So when I double my dimensionals up, take off that piece. That one's got to double up. and so does this one. Now, the reason why these two have to double up is this guy here has got dimensionals under there. All right, so it's going to be sitting on this piece here, so it doesn't need that second dimensional on that side. All right. But it does on the other ones. Okay, so that's just going to add that height. All right, and then this is going to sit over here. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put two dimensionals down this end, and I'm going to put a glue dot or a piece of glue under here because I don't want that extra dimension under there. But I just need to trim up this ribbon here because I want it on that angle. I'm just pushing it out of the way. So this piece down the end here needs two dimensionals. And the other end needs glue. Okay, because we don't have to put three down here, do we? Let's put a little bit of glue there. Okay, so we've got two dimensionals down that end and a little bit of glue so that this can sit here like so. Now, over here I have the gold star. And it needs mini dimensionals, of which are on my other table. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut the edge in half. And that makes something similar to a mini dimensional, okay? And I'm just going to put in there with my star. If you've got the little shaker stars, you can add some extra shaker stars. If not, that's okay. You can add some pretty if you want to, but you don't have to. So there we have today's very quick, very pink Petunia Pop Christmas card using the Ornamental Christmas stamp set and matching dies. What do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? And look, you really need those Wink of Stella in your life. Okay? All right, let's see how much of it's going to show you of my room and me. All righty. Well, it was lovely to see you all. Thank you for joining me again today. I will see you all same place, same time next week. Toodaloo. Get those Christmas cards happening, everyone. It's not that much longer. All right. I think it's 4 pays or something like that. Oh, my gosh. I'm not ready. I bet you guys aren't either. Okay. I will catch you all same place next week.